This is the Xaku Ultra Instinct build. We will reduce so much damage that honestly you will probably not even feel a single bullet coming at you. But in the end, you still take a little bit of damage. It's not really perfect. It's not exactly Ultra Instinct. However, you do remove so much damage that it's going to be insane. So let me show you guys the build. The first two mods we need to talk about are Aerodynamic and Aviator. These two together give us 64% damage reduction in mid-air. Aerodynamic is an aura for 24%, Aviator is 40% just when in midair. So these two together, 64. For Xaku's passive, we know that he gives 75% dodge chance. 25 is his passive, but then his ultimate boosts it to 75. But we want to have 75 active as long as possible. Power strength just a little bit because we want to be able to use Izada's Whisper, and that's also going to be very long, like 88 seconds. Extra damage 32%, and then streamline just for efficiency. Now, adaptation, so that when you do take damage, it reduces it even further. And when you are in a pickle and you need immortality or you need to stop real quick, do a roll, use Rolling Guard, and you'll be immune for 3 seconds, and then cooldown of 7 seconds. So that's another one you gotta use. Prime Flow for more energy, and then the secret set here is Karnus, Carapace, and all the Karnus mods to complete the set. Because killing an enemy with a heavy attack grants 30% evasion and immunity to status effects for 6 seconds. And you can just keep going. The more you kill, it just resets to 6 seconds. So that's 30% evasion. Okay, so I just want to clarify a few things with you guys about dodge chance and evasion. For his ultimate dodge chance, the way I look at it is that there's a 75% chance that the bullets that hit you just don't register. So they will hit you, they don't necessarily miss, like they hit you and then boom, it just doesn't count. Or maybe they'll give the special effect that it just goes through you, but it basically just hits you, doesn't count. That's how I see it. And then for evasion, it's a little bit different because they want to shoot at you, but there's like a 30% chance that they miss. So those bullets just don't hit you at all. And they're two different mechanics. That's how I can describe them. I feel like that's as accurate as I can get. I don't know if you guys have a better definition, or if I'm wrong, please correct me and put it in the comments down below. But they're two different mechanics, so they don't stack on top of each other, they just work differently. So now I did also have a Helminth ability here. I put Voracious Metastasis because Xaku was lacking healing, so I needed him to heal based for the build so that if we do take damage and it hits our health bar, he wouldn't die, you know? So Voracious Metastasis, really good. Increase the duration, you'll be healing for 25 seconds. The health goes up with Power Strength, so it's more convenient for us to have Power Strength and duration up. And it also helps us with their ultimate and their 1. The 2 I would keep just because if I ever felt like I need to disarm enemies, I could just spam it, and I could probably get rid of a few guns out there. So, but feel free to put Voracious Metastasis here and keep your other one. Completely up to you. I just felt like it was safer for me to use Grasp of Lock, just so I can remove more guns from the battlefield. So less bullets coming in, so less damage you take. Or less chance of you taking damage, basically. Okay, up next, for your primary, use whatever you want. There's no mods here. For the secondary, same, it doesn't matter the gun. However, you want to have the Karnus Singer mod so you can complete the Karnus set. It's very important to have those 3 mods together. Now, for your melee, I would highly recommend the 10 Agendas for 2 reasons. 1, the heavy attack will send out a disc that does a crap ton of damage, and it will proc crit and status effects. And the only downside is that the Karnus Mandible mod, it doesn't really help you besides the, status chance. However, the blocking angle for the 10 Agendas is 90, which is one of the highest blocking angles in the game right now. Now, you can increase that with Focus Defense, which will increase it by 20 degrees, or 20 more angles. So, when you have your 10 Agendas out, your shield weapon thing, you will basically block anything in front of you at a 110 degrees, so you cover a lot of area, which protects you from the front. The build is designed to help you protect you from the back, because your shield will protect you from the front, but everything else will protect your back, just in case. Super nice, really high parry angle. If you don't have the 10 Agendas, that's fine. You can use this exact build for a Redeemer Prime or a Redeemer. You just won't have the highest blocking angle, which is okay, because honestly it's not that important, but it's nice to have it. Alright, so for the build, you want some damage, Sacrificial Steel so that you can get 2 times heavy attack crit chance, so you're looking at 440% critical chance. I go with Virulent Scourge for some Toxin, and then you make Corrosive. because the tenant has electricity damage already inside. Amalgam Organ Shatter for that extra 60% heavy attack wind-up speed, which does help quite a bit. Same with Killing Blow. You'll have bonus damage on heavy attacks and then 60% heavy attack speed. You want Corrupt Charge to have the 2x multiplier so that your heavy attack does even more damage. And then we've talked about these two, more angle, and then you want to have that Carnage Man level mod. And then if you don't want the angle, that's fine, go ahead and replace it with something else that will increase the damage. Completely up to you. Now I did think of two more things where damage reduction comes into play. So you can use your Parazon. I didn't know this, but there's a mod called Firewall. It will reduce damage by 75% while hacking. So you can have your 75% dodge chance as Xaku, right? As it's triggered. And if you're hacking, you will reduce damage by 75%. And then you still have adaptation and all the other shit. So it's still super handy to have if you want to maximize on even more damage reduction. And then last but not least, this one goes unnoticed, but you can use the Slivopophila, or Mr. Pooper here in this case. You can use the Slivopophilus ability for Survival Instinct. Increase their Master's Evasion by 40% until their next attack or after 8 seconds when they kill an enemy. You can increase those 8 seconds with Tech Enhance by 30%, so you want to have those two for sure. When you kill an enemy, you'll get granted 40% evasion for about 10 seconds. However, if you hit or shoot, it will basically go away and the cooldown will proc. So it's more of like a getaway evasion. You can, kill things with your 10 Agenda's heavy attack. And maybe if you get it, if you want to run, go for it. You'll have a lot of evasion altogether, plus your dodge chance. If your Slivopophila dies, then you can use Slide Devolution, which makes it so that it dies and is chilling on your little shoulder on the right. But you'll get 20% evasion for 8 seconds, which will be higher because of Tech Enhance. And then that will only be for about 30 seconds until it responds. So you'll be working with 20% evasion or 40% evasion. On the best case of 40% evasion, plus the Carnage set, you're looking at 70% evasion, plus your 75% dodge chance, plus adaptation, plus 64% damage reduction when you're in midair. So that's a lot of damage reduction when you're out there. Unfortunately, this guy will probably die immediately fighting against high levels. However, I mean, whatever. If it dies, it's on your shoulder, 20% evasion, so you're fine. Don't worry about it. Now for the demonstration of what you kind of want to play as is have everything activated except for your 2. So let's spawn 20 Corrupted Heavy Gunners. I'm going to put them at level 120 because anything higher, I mean, it's difficult to get kills with this build. But at the same time, you're not really going to see these enemies out there that often, unless you're doing like a survival run for like 2 hours or something. Alright, so you trigger Status Whisper, you want to trigger your healing, and then your ultimate. So all these things are running all at once. This is me without the shield, so I just have my gun right now. So I'm jumping. Honestly, they're not going to do anything to me. Unless they're hitting me. If they hit me, then that actually hurts. But if they're shooting, they're missing because of a 75% dodge chance, and I'll take way less damage because of Aviator and Aerodynamic. And oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, your 10 Agenda's attacks will trigger the Zada's Whisper. So they will have that little like magnetized feel to them. So right there, 40% plus the Carnage set. That's 30% evasion right there. Now it's 40% and so on. But yeah, guys, that's the video. That's the build. Ultra Instinct Xaku, kind of weird build, but super spicy because of all the shit that you have to put in there to make this work. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.
So it's into the void, now me girls and me boys from other ends we go. We'll be sailing to the sun till the voyage is done, then we'll be sleeping in the cold.